Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here and bringing your light this morning to share with all of us. So let's begin with infinite light of being and commune with that light. Jesus, as you're showing us what to look at this morning for the healing of our mind and the service to the whole, help us to tune into you clearly and speak what we're hearing for the contribution to the whole. So this morning's lesson is, I am spirit. So maybe you've already been meditating on this and contemplating this. Jesus, show us where in my mind may be buried in the subconscious area, and I'm not able to see it real clearly, that I deny that I am spirit. And let's look there and ask yes or no, and then admit what we hear. Yes. Yes, I admit I deny that I'm spirit. So when you want to speak, go ahead and unmute yourself. Otherwise, I'll try to mute you to cover up any background noise. So we're going to look within now. The Holy Spirit, Jesus, show us any wanting of this desire not to be spirit, to deny that I am spirit. Let's look at the wanting energy.
Yeah, I seem to be hearing that. Hi, Mary. I just strongly heard, every time you choose fear, it's a choice, and you can't. It's a denial of spirit, obviously. Spirit doesn't know fear, so that fear thing just came up.
Mm.
And then the idea that there must be something relished about this choice of fear. If it's not natural, then I must be wanting it.
Let's ask Jesus what to show you what the fear is about, or what's underneath the fear.
Yeah.
I heard right away, not wanting to see.
Okay.
Fear of seeing, and so not wanting to see. and using fear to avoid looking.
Yeah, I kind of heard something around like a magnifying glass upside down, making everything get really small, and it becomes just that body, fear for the body. I can't explain it very well. The opposite of a magnifying glass, like a telescope where everything looks, you know, I don't know what it's really about. Something like, you know, looking down a telescope and seeing this tiny little body, and getting into the fear that the body is, you know, vulnerable, fragile. It's the opposite of the true identity.
Mm.
And there seems to be some loving going on of that, some relishing of being a tiny little vulnerable body that can be harmed anytime.
Mm. Mm. So I'm not a body. I'm not spirit. I'm a teeny tiny little vulnerable body.
It's almost like wanting to be a little baby again, like, you know, a newborn baby. Maybe it's the relishing of the fact that it's helpless and hopeless, doesn't have to make any efforts, and that it will be given love, you know, cared for, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing that it doesn't have to take any responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like just there, you know, in a warm setting in a little basket, and it's being loved, and it doesn't have to do anything. Unconditional love. Unconditional love of the body. So that's pretty crazy, but
Yeah, there's something different that's coming through than what seemed to be, just total helplessness, but this willingness to accept unconditional love. What is Jesus saying?
well, he's saying you think it's more accessible because it's within form. It's more palpable to feel love or comfort or being held or being fed or all those things. And my love, the love of God, is beyond form. So there's always running back to form because it's the known.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a denial that I'm spirit.
At the same time, it just seems really, really funny. Like, what? You know, I love doing this because you see how ridiculous it is, you know. Crazy stuff. But it feels so real, this thing about the little baby.
Yeah, what I was hearing is like kind of being in a state of perplexion.
What does that mean?
Just to be perplexed.
Ah, okay.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like safe but unsafe.
So relishing the denial that I am spirit. What are we hearing there? What's being revealed? Tricia, what I'm hearing now regarding that baby is that it feels safe to be a baby, and you're going to get what you need by being small and vulnerable.
And it's natural.
It's what? Sorry?
Seems natural.
Yeah.
Seems natural. That's life. That's the way life is. It's, this comfort comes in form. It's conditional. It comes in form.
Mm. Also, I just got all these images of the baby Jesus in all the kind of, icons of the world that we see. It's always the baby Jesus is the star of the show. So there's something around that too. Like, could I be any more special? It's so funny. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, the specialness associated with being a baby, with being in form, with being helpless, with being vulnerable. The opposite of I am spirit.
Yep. And I'm hearing now, yeah, you love that because a newborn baby doesn't have to give anything to anybody. It's just taking. I think Ken Watnick said something about that, that babies are actually quite carnivorous. They're all into take. And, how lovely to just take all the time and never have to give anything. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's what's coming up.
I'm hearing that the Mary character has so much investment in form and in interpretation and how I see myself. And there's a part of my mind that totally rebels against anything that seems foreign and unknown, like spirit. Like somehow I'm giving up everything I know myself to be something that I have no clue about. And that's the ego part of the mind.
Yeah.
Showing me how we cling to the loss of spirit as if that gives us everything. This little loss.
Jesus, what value am I placing on this denial that I am spirit? I must think it brings me happiness, brings me control.
I just heard him say, you love being wicked, like almost like kids when they deliberately set out to be really, really wicked, I can really feel that. It's like, oh my God. Gone is all this thing about the self-concept, I'm a good person. Underneath is this thing like, no, I'm not. I won't swear. I'll try not to swear, but I'm a bitch, I would love to be really horrible to people.
That's great. That's great.
I would love to make people feel horrible. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's there, it's like, oh my God.
Oh, let's relish that.
It's the power thing. How wonderful to really be wicked to people and see them cringe and feel all powerful. It's like all these dictators on the planet. It's the same thing, right?
Oh yeah, we love to hate them and pretend, it's out there.
Yeah, it's the same phenomenon. I want to be all powerful. Whereas if I'm spirit and all airy-fairy, ooh. Oh my God.
Really get in touch with that self-hatred. It's so, we relish it.
Yeah.
And
except that I wasn't feeling the self-hatred. I was feeling a kind of glee. Like, ooh, really? The self-hatred are coming after the call. Oh my God.
It is the self we hate, the self we made, relishing the hatred. It is very loved down there.
Yeah, and we don't want to admit it. It's like, no, 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 that's way too nasty. I'm way too innocent for that. So we put it away until we look at it. Yeah, it's like I'm asking Jesus, what am I if I'm not spirit? And the ego's got some big answer for that.
What to me, what I keep seeing when I close my eyes is the goal is the little innocent baby that's 100% cared for and carefree. That's the goal. To be 100% trusting, not even knowing what the word trust means, that the Holy Spirit's going to take care of everything, that I don't have to turn my hand. That's the goal. You know, not to think I have to jump in and take care of my own baby, me being the baby. Like my self-concept is what wants to jump in and do something. You know, I got to be somebody. I got to do something. You know, that's ego. The Holy Spirit says, I need do nothing. You know, I don't like that. I don't like those words. I want to do something. I want to be somebody. You know.
Yeah, this is a relishing of the denial that I am spirit. Jesus, can we go deeper with this relishing, this wanting to deny that I am spirit? Show us what else is down there where I just, like Trisha was saying, want it, like finding great glee and wanting to deny that I am spirit. The value seems to be power to defy God. That's what I
Could you say that again, Mary? Sorry. Could you say that again? I missed it.
Yeah, the value seems to be the power I think I have to deny God. One of the values.
Yeah.
And I also was hearing something around, you know, in those states of both states, the little baby, the newborn, or the wicked ego self doing terrible things. In those moments, there's no judgment. It's like there's something to be relished in the idea of moments where there would not be the self-judgment. You know, it's almost like a holiday from judgment, something like that. It's just so crazy because, you know, spirit doesn't have any problem with judgment or anything anyway. So it's like wanting to create my own little paradise where there's no judgment. But it's mine. It's my setup. You know, the little baby or somebody wicked doing crimes against humanity. It's the same thing, but it's mine. So we're back to the autonomy thing. Just love to feel, or the autonomy thing is so powerful.
Yeah, I got that too. It's just it all boils down to the self-identity. Like, what am I? I want to be an individual with an ego and a personality and this and that, because that's the separation. I want to choose this, it's just, I'm still choosing the separation.
Yep.
And what I'm hearing, I'm on autopilot until something like this, until the course, coming to these light circles, these joining sessions, then I start, my mind, there's the question of the autopilot. Am I on autopilot? And starting to want to look deeper than that. Like, okay, yeah, I know I've got these things going on, but I don't want to look at them. I just want to push them aside and push them down and suppress them, bring them up and looking at them.
Yeah.
And like you say, not judging them. I mean, it's laughable to think we want to kill off everybody, but that's how that ego mind works.
Yeah, it's kind of like a psychopath, I could kill everybody on the planet and not feel any iota of judgment around it, because I'm miscreating it all. It's my thing. I think we're all down underneath all that, down in the cellar, we're all psychopaths, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I was listening to Ken Wapnick just before this class, and he was saying the same thing. The ego is a psychopath. It's kill or be killed. That's all of us,
Yeah.
But that's what we, but then that's a false identity.
Yeah, if we look at, if we look at, we're so afraid of, what I'm hearing is we so want to deny that I am spirit.
Yes.
Like somehow in the midst of it seems almost a laughability, but the recognition of the kill or be killed and all the, what was it you were saying, Trisha, the wickedness, there is that embracing of all of that.
Yes.
And no way do I want to be spirit when, we don't even want to look at it.
The catch-22 is you have to understand that, though, before you can go deeper. You have to understand that the ego's tricks, because you can easily go through life with just the face of innocence and just be a church lady and think, oh, I'm a good person, and this wicked world has wronged me, and have that storyline going. And, and it's just not the truth.
Yeah,
but the truth is I am spirit. I keep forgetting that the truth is I am spirit.
Yeah, and asking within, bringing my mind back to asking within, what is it I'm to see right now, Holy Spirit? What are you trying to show me? Just coming back to that and coming back to that.
He kind of just said something to me. He says it's like you're kind of defending the psychopath by analyzing it and making it real.
Yeah, and it's good to see it and see the relishing of it, and yet we want to focus back again on the relishing of the desire to deny I am spirit and the wanting of that. Just the wanting energy. Jesus, show us the wanting energy of wanting to deny that I am spirit. Just sticking with these precise words.
Yeah, you're right. It's like I want to deny that I am spirit, so I'd rather, analyze the ego or actually do anything else Just keep going back to the life raft. It's like, you want me to leave this life raft? You know what? I can't do that.
Yeah, and then bringing it back and bringing it back. Okay, Jesus, what am I to see here? Yeah, because we'll do anything to avoid looking at this, analyzing, storytelling, whatever.
Yeah, Mary, when you brought it back and you said that sentence again about the denial of spirit, I just like saw written in big letters. It wasn't unworthiness; it was non-worthiness. I don't know what to do with that, but there was something with that.
We can ask within. We can ask
Yeah.
within, Jesus, what is coming up that you want me to see right now? Do you want me to look at unworthiness? The desire for unworthiness. And he may say no right in this instance, because he's wanting us to focus on not how it shows up, but that we want it.
Yeah, the wanting. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's so funny. It's like it's the saying, I am unworthy or non-worthy feels safer than I am spirit. You know what I mean? It feels, I resonate more with that than I am spirit, because it's like the known versus the unknown. Like, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, and when that thought comes up, we can bring it back to the looking at the desire to deny that I am spirit, and asking for revelation. What is it that I'm to see here with this, denying this lesson? What am I to see here, Jesus?
mm.
I'm hearing this need not be.
Yeah, good. So he's telling me not to judge the resist. I'm there's all this resistance to the lesson. I am spirit, and now I'm judging myself for the resistance, and that's where I get stuck. It's like, of course, that's the ego judging, since the Holy Spirit doesn't judge. So I'm judging myself for resisting the lesson. Oh, this feels good. This feels familiar. I'll beat myself up about this for another 20 lifetimes. You know.
Yeah. And there's the opportunity in that moment. I mean, this practice again and again and again, and bring it back, say, no, that's not the voice for God. What is the voice for God that I'm committed to hearing? And then, and then asking, what do you want me to see here, Jesus? And bring it back, and not entertaining, okay, yeah, that's my default, but I'm not committed to that. What I'm committed to is a miracle with this, seeing this differently. There's no other option. Yeah, this other stuff comes up, but I'm not going to go down that tunnel. So Jesus, am I willing to consider that I could be wrong about this denial that I am spirit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's available? What's available Jesus, what is available to me if I really look that I could be wrong here? That where is the truth? I'm committed to seeing where the truth is here. Yeah, it's already like, I don't know if there's such a thing as a mini miracle. It already feels like it's falling away.
Mhm.
Jesus, show me what the call of my heart is with this. Is it to remain in denial of this lesson? Is it to hold, or is it to release?
I hear release.
Absolutely release.
Mm. Mm.
I want to release the false identity.
What's that, Darlene?
I want to release the false identity. But I mean, it seems impossible, but I'm willing to give it a go.
Jesus, am I willing to see that I have the power to say no to this desire, that I have the power to release this desire? And it's not the power of my ego or my identity, it's the power of God.
Mm.
Mhm. He's showing me that I have the power to release it. To release the I am not spirit identity. Have the power to let that go.
And Jesus, show me the healing of my mind and accepting a miracle on this. And Jesus, show me the discernment between healing of my mind and hanging on to form, hanging on to my personal identity, to discern. Jesus, show me the discernment between these clearly.
Yeah. He's like, this sounds awful, but he's showing me that it's like dragging a carcass around with you, because the false identity is the past. It's 100% the past. So I'm dragging this carcass around with me. See, here I am, and it's just a dead body. It's not real. I mean, it's it's not something I want to be identified with.
And isn't it amazing when we just sincerely, deeply want to know the truth, when we ask for clarity and seeing and discerning what is true and what is not true? Isn't it amazing what shows up?
Mm.
So Jesus, continue to show us what is needed for the healing of my mind. I want to keep asking all day today, Jesus, is this for the healing of my mind? Is this what you want me to see right now? And remember to keep returning to that inner voice, which is really my true self. It's like I am what I'm looking for at the highest level. Anyone else hearing anything before our session is ended this morning? You'd like to share?
Yeah, I just got a prompt to go back and look at the section littleness versus magnitude. I just got that prompt. I think somehow it must be helpful for the healing of the mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read that. Thank you.
And just an update on some activities coming up. We'll be having a facilitators meeting for some of you that are interested this afternoon at 2:00, and Kay will be in touch. And that will be on Zoom. I think it will be on the same Zoom number. Saturday at 11 o'clock Central, we invite everyone to the Chapter 20 partner session to hear from people who are in doing the Chapter 20 with the partner right now, and who are maybe new and wanting to look at that a little bit more closely. It's really beautiful. It's just really amazing, the Jesus voices that show up. Wow. And we always extend those, so they're available on video, but there's nothing like being present, and nothing like feeling the prompt to say something and then see where Jesus takes it. And then Saturday evening at 7 o'clock Central, we're doing this the Power of Thought trilogy. And Kay Jesus has instructed that we use a mini series within the Star Trek series. Star Trek TV. Yeah. Anybody here a Trekkie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember it coming out first with Captain Kirk. I remember that. But after that, it was like, I didn't really keep up. But now this stuff is so amazing, what they tackle about the mind and seeing what, just illustrating what really our mind is capable of is just quite amazing. So we'll be doing that Saturday night for probably 2 hours at least, starting at 7 o'clock.
So, Mary, because of the time difference, does it get recorded somewhere?
Yes,
the whole thing?
it'll be
or not?
recorded and it'll be made available. So if you want to message
Okay.
one of us, we can send you the link as soon as we get it. And then we also will be extending it to course groups and to everybody. We'll be posting it on Light Brigade, or at least in the Joining in Light page, the Facebook page. And then I want to continue to, if you feel prompted to write what Jesus is telling you, either during these sessions, or maybe there's something, oops. Okay, I'll take this later. What Jesus is telling you, maybe there's something you're really dealing with, and there's some sort of breakthrough that's come through in that. And if you would like to share that with the rest of it, it's so nurturing and inspiring to all of us. And you can post that on Light Brigade. Yeah.
I don't want to take up time on practical stuff, but I tried to post a comment on the Light Brigade page this morning. It was Nancy who'd written something, and I wrote something on the comment thing, and then it disappeared, and it said, is it true that I need to ask to become a member? Is that the thing with that? Because my message disappeared.
Have you joined Light Brigade?
I don't know. I get confused because there's so many pages.
I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I know as an admin, I need to go in and approve anything.
I was going to say, it won't come up right away. It sometimes takes a day.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I don't know about comments, though. I know that if you make a post in the regular Light Brigade, that it will not show up right away because admin needs to approve it. And Kay and I try to stay on top of that. If you post something in comments, though, I thought it would come up right away. But if it's not, I'll go in and look at it, Tricia, and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay, because I really wanted to become part of that page where people do share. It's very, very, very helpful. Okay.
And we're encouraging everybody to join Light Brigade. So you might just go in and check and see if you're joined. Yeah, that gives you access to everything. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for this.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
the answer
Have
to
a
call
good
of our hearts.
day. Bye.
Bye.